And where you're old, it's all going to be falling apart, and you come out and you beat the team that everyone's talking about.
I spoke before the game, sort of feeling like we rocked up to a bit of a deja vu. We're here again, and it feels like one season flows in the next. And because I'm looking at the same faces, and it was a bit of a deliberate plan to look after a couple early in terms of game time. Pendles was one of those, but it was about reminding ourselves, the muscle memory of how to play together. Because we really haven't, deliberately, we didn't play our, I hate using the language, but best 22, 23 in practice games, because we just had a plan to get exposure to our list. And but it was really nice to wake up our muscle memory that our system works.
How tempting was it to abort the mission with restricting Pendlebury when he starts like that?
Yeah, well, Jared Wade, again, I repeat myself year after year, but he's the best I've ever worked with. And he had a deliberate plan to do that. He's been studying the prior games and just doing algorithms around the new rotations with 5 on the bench, and we just thought Pendles was the guy, and he'd come on late in the first quarter, late in the second, and then had to be fresh for the second half, and I think had his career high score involvements for a game. Like, it's just it was really pleasing, and thanks to Jared Wade and his high performance team, did a great job.
How did he receive that? Like when you had that meeting with him during the week and told him about his role, how did he take that on board?
Pendles is brilliant around those things, whatever the team needs, and he's just so calm on the bench, like having an extra person, an extra coach on the bench. So, no, he received that really well.
Nick Daicos spoke to Fox Footy post-game and spoke a little bit about Harry Perryman's role. Can you give us an insight as to what he did tonight during the week, and obviously the magnificent job in keeping the side accountable?
Yeah, I went to Pez on Wednesday, and it was the leadership group really pushed it. I'm not taking ownership for that. The leaders really wanted to set a bit of a target and go after him, and I went to Pez, and I won't share exactly what he said, but he was pretty excited about doing the job. And then it was about, because what maybe you do or don't understand in our game is if you tag, it becomes a whole system thing. A whole team needs to be involved in it, because he played forward, he played back, he played mid, and so you need to evolve. So we wanted Pez to go all the way, but that's chemistry to go, Pez, I'm out, and then push Jack Crisp in the midfield and all those layers. And really proud of the group to support Pez in getting that job done. He's an outstanding player, that young man, and I don't think we'll be the first or the last to tag him.
Do you feel really comfortable with the number of levers you have to pull in a game? Obviously, you've talked about the chemistry of the team coming together, but like Pendlebury mostly only playing second half, all of those options you can only do because everyone is working together, right?
Yeah, no, and we pride ourselves on that. The connection of our system. We didn't have Darcy Moore play tonight, and our backline, they conceded minus 23 inside 50s and kept them to, I think, 33% of scores. All the other games we watched this weekend, this high scoring, 100 points. We kept them to 66 with massive inside 50s again. So our backline stood up. Now that's not one person. That's a collective, and there was many great efforts, but we were rewarded that at the end of the game. But we feel like we've got good flexibility amongst our team, and we keep trying to pick a team that is flexible. We're realistic. There's not even round one yet, but it's nice early.
Craig, you get asked about Nick Daicos a lot. Have you got any more descriptions for him that you can give, and can you also let us know if he gets maximum best and fairest votes too?
We changed the system. We did. The system was needing to be changed to reward the extreme games. He had an extreme game tonight, didn't he? 40-odd touches, and I think Nick's just maturing so much in front of our eyes. He trains harder than anyone else. So did Josh. Josh had an amazing game. Those both two of those. We want to have a game plan that brings the best in our players, and Josh and Nick are certainly players that we just want to give the ball to. Yeah.
How much optimism does a winning score from 40 inside 50s give you, assuming that it's probably a bit of an aberration, you can get more entries in the next few weeks? Yeah,
well, we lost games last year having plus 20 inside 50s. I think we lost to Freo and those things. But the game sometimes asks that of you. They defended the ground really, really well in the second quarter in particular. We moved the ball to support their great defence, and they kept coming back inside 50 against us. And you've got to ride the bumps of that. You've got to be able to fight through when the momentum's against you. And early games, sort of teams didn't really fight through momentum, and there was big momentum shifts. So maybe we had the foresight to be able to watch others and then dial in on those parts of our game.
I sort of jokingly asked you about it at the start of the presser about all the narrative about your ageing list and that sort of thing. But what do you actually make of it? Do you laugh it off? Do you sort of use it as motivation?
I know next week we'll be older because it's 7 days, and so we just live what we've got, and our experience is enormous. It is. But at least it's different. Like the players that aren't playing today, it's different. We don't have Mason and Tom Mitchell and Oleg Markov and Will Hoskin-Elliott, and we're different. And you come watch us train, you'll see that. So we're going to need a whole list, but we've got a team out there that knows what to do, and but you just never know. You really don't know. Like you tune your car up like the Grand Prix, and you just don't know what the race is going to look like. And Oscar crashed in the warm-up. Like, please, your heart sinks. But you just don't know. You don't know what's in front of you because you can't control a lot of stuff. And we came into tonight not knowing, but we found out a bit that our system's pretty good.
Talking about your system, Craig, from the coaching perspective, you were able to take heat out of the game at times tonight, and that was some really key moments. The way that you were able to move the ball, so that nullified their ability to be able to move the ball with speed.
Yeah, that's a great observation. We felt like part of our progression of our team had to be, certain phases of our offence and defence, and Tyson Goldsack's come in and he's running our offence, and you see tonight you defend the scoreboard with the ball in hand. Brisbane do it better than anyone else, and so there's times that we just took a lot of marks that kill minutes that we didn't have to play later. It's pleasing growth.
Also, the games of Isaac Quainer tonight and Dan Houston, how do you assess their performances?
Yeah, I think Dan's best game for a while. I think, again, you'll judge that from afar, but I think internally we love when the ball's in his hand and he's playing like that, and Quainer's just turns up every week, just ready to perform his best. His aerial power is there to be seen, but there's that whole collective back six or seven that really stood up for us. So, pleasing part of our game.
The final couple of moments of that game, the Saints were sort of coming. How are you, I guess, kind of handling it inside the coach's box?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Our fans have watched us for a number of years. Know that game probably normally goes down to a centre bounce with 30 seconds to go. We've got to hold on by 6 points, but maybe we defended the game differently or defended the time differently early in the quarter. We didn't have to play minutes at the end. But it was pretty helter-skelter. The crowd were involved, and there's some free kicks here and there that for us and them that probably didn't get paid. But there was a lot on the line, and it's pleasing when you can just stay calm in those moments. And our group again has a lot of experience in that.
That fifth player on the bench that mentioned earlier with Pendles, is he a bit sore at the moment? Is that a tactic you're going to use with a lot of your older guys throughout the year? Is it just circumstantial?
I think early in the year we'll hold a player back, and again we're working through it. Pendles did it really well tonight. It'll depend because we got a 6-day break into Adelaide, so we can't sit here and pat ourselves on the back too much. We've got a pretty quality opposition coming, but it's really pleasing to get off to the season on the right note. Thanks, guys.